Welcome back to from the mic stand here on Art Echoes. Just seen a brilliant set there from L.A.S.H. I hope you all enjoyed it. Now we're just going to chat to the band a bit about what they've got coming up and what they've been up to recently. But first, just want to introduce the band and a little bit about yourselves.
Of course, I'm Simon. I'm guitar and vocal. I'm also a fine art lecturer and artist based in Manchester. So yeah, there you go. Keep it short and sweet, yeah.
And for those people who haven't heard much about the band, just want to tell us about you guys and what you've been up to.
Yeah. So well, this year we've been really busy actually. Last year we recorded two EPs, and then we stole this beautiful gentleman here, Nick, from another band. You know, we had to pay him a lot of money, didn't we? You know.
No, I just came.
What was that?
I just came of my own free will.
Oh, did you in the end?
I thought I was doing this.
Someone just took the money,
I
did
thought I was doing this for free. I've not seen anything yet.
Oh, really? Oh, we're skint now. Anyway, yeah. So Nick, when did you join us, Nick? It feels like it's been forever.
Yeah, it was October last year. Yeah,
October last year. So just after we played the monastery in Manchester.
Yeah.
So you know we do kind of regular gigs.
Yeah.
But we also perform as part of my sort of art practice as well, where I kind of build kind of drawing installations and graphite rubbings of kind of textures of history of buildings and other sites, and then the performances are a kind of an extension of that basically. Right. So think of you know that aha video take on me.
Yeah.
Think of that, but the complete opposite. So rather than falling into drawing in another world, that world is in the real world.
Right.
Because we're real, aren't we? We're well real us.
So we did that last week, didn't we?
What was that?
We did that last week in Leeds, didn't we?
We did, and we did that at an exhibition of mine at a place called Basement Arts Project.
Okay.
The show was called The Living Tomb. In life and death, we are intertwined. So I built a kind of living tomb or mastaba of the family who own and run the gallery.
Right.
But of course they're alive, but they're not dead, because hence the gallery's still going. But yeah, you know, life and death are intertwined. But I'll stop there.
So is that part of some arts festival, or is it?
It's a solo show of mine basically. So it's Basement Arts Projects have been going for 10, 12 years.
Right.
But I should also mention that I perform as a frog as well.
Should you?
For all my, oh no, maybe not. For all my frog fans out there, love you.
So, what are some of the influences that you've had for L.A.S.H?
Oh gosh, I mean, you know, I'm a massive Cure fan. I've seen them over 20 times. You know, they've been my kind of constant in terms of kind of influencing me, kind of melodically, but also that kind of, you know, being kind of genreless.
Right.
That's what I've always loved, that kind of reinvention that the Cure have kind of always done, that they've kind of adapted and survived within different kind of contexts and different kind of atmospheres and sort of times of music. And I think, you know, L.A.S.H definitely have that kind of ability that we sort of bring in a little bit of, you know, maybe more sort of like punk or kind of indie, or sort of we go more folk, or we go more sort of apocalyptic, kind of melodic, you know, so we sort of move across. I mean, I like most of the bands basically on 4AD. So your Cocteau Twins, you know, your Cure, your sort of, more recent bands as well. I mean, we've been to see loads of stuff recently. Divorce, fantastic new bands that me and Hannah went to see, and but also
we talk about anything with harmonies, all of us have been doing.
Yeah. It's the kind of harmonies that I think is. I mean, one of the reasons I think you joined us, Nick, because you sing and play, you know, and I think that's the same for all of us.
Yeah, well, I've always enjoyed that. Most of the bands I've been in have been in that in some way, shape, or form. So,
and Hannah and I have sung in choirs quite a bit as well, so we're used to the kind of classical choral tradition. I don't know about you, Nick. kind of singing you've done.
Whatever I've done
Yeah.
in bands, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think we've got quite an ear for harmony between us. We'll just kind of try something out and then see what works, and then
if we can
and then
put
it
a
sticks.
4-part harmony,
Yeah.
we will.
Yeah.
Different qualities, different textures, haven't we? I mean, Nick, we're big Midlake fans and Fleet Foxes and bands like that as well. You know, that again, I think sort of move across. They kind of reinvent a lot of kind of folk music, really. You know, I wouldn't ever say we're folk anyway, because I think we're sort of much more expansive than that.
I think just because we are sort of semi-acoustic and we've got a violin, obviously we are, you know, in that bracket, but we're not just that, I don't think. So
I think we always say that we're kind of indie folk.
I mean, I like Katie J. Pearson and people like that as well.
Yeah.
So,
We also saw her. Aldous Harding as well, you know, because there's of course a kind of performative side to what we do, and Aldous Harding, who again me and oh no, you didn't go, it was just me. Sorry. Went to that one without you. I'm sorry.
I went to the gig without you.
I'm
oh no,
so
is
sorry.
it about you and Simon?
No.
That's
Actually,
not a good omen if it is. That's
you
wrong.
were gutted though, because you'd only heard her first couple of albums, hadn't you? And you really hated them. And then as soon as it went, I think that same day or the day after, you heard the new
I didn't
album.
hate him, but I
Design.
didn't like her when her voice is more over enunciated and really. Sort
Anyway.
of,
Anyway, we'll
So you've been working on some new EPs, and how does the writing work with the newer stuff? Is it the same, or has it changed over the years?
Yeah, I mean, I think when us three first got together, like I had like 15 years of songs, and some, well, maybe the last 10 years that I kind of thought these would be good to kind of reinvent. So songs like Drawing Lines, for example, that's actually quite an old song. And obviously kind of being reinvented. But I like that anyway. I mean, I like that idea that, you know, you have a song and it kind of evolves over time and becomes something different. I mean, it sounds totally different now that we've got Nick on it. And I think that's the beauty of, you know, the one song that you can just reinvent. Going back to the Cure thing, that you can reinvent it within what you've got, but also you can sing it and perform it differently.
And we see them all as our songs, don't we? Because even if one of us like writes initial melody or lyrics, or one does both, maybe, you know, then we'll immediately like find a harmony, a violin part, a bass part, and it changes completely. We're all collaborating on that, you know. So, you know, Simon or me or Nick will never say to Ollie, "Oh, could you play your violin like this?" You know, it just happens, isn't it? We all kind of
they do evolve, and I think every time we perform, there is a level. At least as far as I'm doing with the violin, there's a level of improvisation, so it's never the same twice.
And I think that's what you've really loved, isn't it? Because that was something different to previous to LASH.
Definitely.
Like the improvisation side. And I think our dynamic's much stronger now with Nick as well, because, you know, like if me and Hannah have an argument, by the way, obviously we're married and a couple, but you knew that, Michael, but they don't. But you know, it means that now that Zolly can chat to Nick, you know, we never
We can just come away from the incident, can't we? We can get
Safe space.
I mean, I think because we're all parents and we're sort of like, you know, we've all, you know, been in bands previously and done music, and it's been like really pressured. I mean, you mentioned that before, Nick. Didn't you,
it can be a little bit sometimes, can't it?
I don't think there is with us, is there? And I think it's the sort of the dynamic.
We enjoy playing together, don't we?
We love each other.
We really do.
No, we're at one with each other. Do you know what I mean? I think it's sort of like, can we all do a gig? And if one of us says no, it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll just move on. It's not like, because we're kind of equal in it.
I think we'll hopefully write some more stuff collaboratively.
We'll
bring
do.
some stuff to the table.
We've just got to do the sessions, haven't we?
Yeah, definitely.
So the kind of plan is, we did one EP last year and then an EP the end of the year before that, wasn't it? So we had the Illuminating Shadow was the first EP, and then the second EP was 1,000 Hours Wasted. And then the plan is at the beginning of the summer we've got four new songs that we want to put on this new EP. And then the plan is then for Nick, because Nick wasn't on the first EP, Nick's then going to add bass and vocals on those first EPs, and then we're going to unite the 3 EPs into one album. Right? So we might maybe put some couple of extra live tracks on there or something. I mean, we haven't totally chatted about that yet, but yeah, that's the plan this summer. So that's quite yeah, we're going to bookend the
So
summer.
where are you recording that?
So that's with Nick Connors. What was Nick called his studio? Cold Mountain
Records.
Record Studio.
Yeah. Down at Crompton Road.
Yeah, Crompton Road.
And what's his Instagram handle? It's something random, isn't it?
I've got his number if you need it.
Give it out on kind of live stream.
Give it his address and everything.
People might want to check out his music on Instagram. I can't remember what it is.
Any other gigs and shows for people?
So what have we got coming up? We've just done the one in Leeds, haven't we? We did Bottom Warehouse a couple of weeks ago as well. What have we got coming up?
I don't know. Nothing yet, have we?
Yeah, well, I think our plan was to focus on the EP next.
Yeah.
So I think we've sort of done that a little bit. Oh, we've got the one at potentially at Rogue, haven't we? Although we're not sure how that's gonna happen yet. But Rogue Artist Studios is the studio that me and Hannah are in Gorton in Manchester.
But these things come like buses, though, these gigs. Because
Yeah.
like last year,
Yeah.
when Nick first joined us, we played, at the chapel, we played at MASH, we played at the museum, and we played somewhere else.
Talleyrand in Leverhulme, we did.
yeah.
Yeah, we did loads of gigs last year, actually, didn't we?
But that was
They
all
all
in
came
the
at
space
once,
of like
didn't they?
a month or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they were all completely different, which was really cool.
Exactly. I think in our heads, because we're going to be doing this EP, I think we've sort of almost cleared our heads a little bit for that and give us some time to, because,
We just want time to jam and practice together and work on new stuff, really, don't we? And then get that out there. So.
And do you do videos and things for these?
Yeah, that's a big part of what we've done previously. We've used a lot of, what's the stuff called? Public
domain.
Public domain. We've kind of looked at a lot of public domain from across the 20th century, basically, and sort of made videos as a kind of cut and paste, kind of a Bowie-like process of cut and pasting those in relation to the kind of obviously the kind of ethos or concepts of the songs, but also the kind of textures and rhythms and sort of cut and pasted stuff in relation to that. Through, for example, has got a combination of old sort of 20s dancing and then a sort of pianist.
What's the 70s skateboard one?
That's Wasted. I got like late 60s, early 70s skateboarders, and it just went perfectly. It's like I think Nick, who recorded it, was like, that is the last thing I would expect to see on a video for that song. But it works.
But now when we play it and when I'm performing it, I can see that in my head.
Well, I think, I said before about Wasted being a song that, that Borden doesn't actually exist because actually, it just doesn't, because you're either in a state of contemplating or, do you know what I mean? It just doesn't exist in my mind, and I tell that my students. But
well, people say boredom is good for creativity.
Yeah, well, it's just reflecting, isn't it? Really, it's just kind of like it's like looking at that window. If I stood here and doing nothing, it's like I'm not really doing. I'm looking at that tree and its relationship to that roof and.
Do you want to remind people where they can find all your music?
Yeah, so on Instagram we're.
Don't look at me.
Last one. We're LASH one.
L.A.S.H.1.
Yeah.
I presume because we couldn't get LASH.
Yeah.
Even with the dots.
Yeah, even with the dots.
And then we're LASH Band, aren't we?
Yeah, we're LASH Band on Facebook, but we've also got like we're on Amazing Radio as well. We've got a profile on there. We've also got Spotify, Bandcamp, Amazon Music.
YouTube,
so the EPs are on there. YouTube, all the videos are on there. But we've also got a link tree
on our Instagram.
on our Instagram, which basically links all the videos and all the live stuff as well. Because obviously we've got like a lot of live stuff that's been recorded.
Just search L.A.S.H.
It's really simple.
Yeah.
Wherever you search.
Yeah. Not just LASH. You get lots of camels. Or whipping.
Well, that's a great way to end the show. thanks for walking through today.
Thank you for
Thank
having
you
us.
for having us.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.